Thanks very much. Congratulations. We are now joined by the championship-winning owner and crew chief, Mr. Maury Gallagher, owner of GMS Racing. This is GMS Racing's first NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Driver Championship since the team made its series debut in 2013. And for Mr. Joe Scheer Jr., our Drivers Champion winning crew chief, this is your first NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Championship as well. Your previous best standings finish was a second with a driver by the name of Johnny Sauter in 2011. So, gentlemen, congratulations. Talk to us a little bit about what this means for you as a team owner and a crew chief.
Well, thank you all very much. Appreciate the time. Hard to put into words. Competitive sports like this at the highest level is something that is rare and difficult to do. Certainly everyone aspires to it, but attaining it is you don't quite understand until you get there how hard it is. I can't say enough about the investment by Joe on my right, Johnny, the whole team. Mike Beam certainly has to be at the head of the list with the credits. Mike's been 43 years in this business, has worked with some of the best all time. He brings an intensity that is second to none, an intensity you need to bring it home. And Tom Ackerman, working with him, we worked with ECR. Their motors were terrific this year. All the parts came together, but at the end of the day, Johnny had to deliver the goods. Starting, I think, 18th, was he 18th? 19th? Oh, sorry, I missed one. He worked it to the front and did what he had to do. That's determination to a fault. I couldn't be happier for Johnny and his family. I'm not that well informed on the backgrounds. I do know, having said that the Sauter family has been in racing for many moons, and I was chatting with someone with the NASCAR record book in mind and said this is the first NASCAR win for the Sauter family. So that I couldn't be happier for Johnny and obviously the rest of the team.
Joe, it's got to feel pretty special for you as well.
Yeah, of course. You know, me and Johnny have been together for years, and our families have been together for years, and we've, raced against each other, and we've won a championship before, and we've, just became best friends and worked really hard and been determined, and I'm like almost lost for words. This is like really huge and special, and as like Maury says, in sports, it's amazing how hard it is and how long it takes to achieve your goals and stuff that you've been working for all your life. And when you finally do it, it's like a big relief. And I'm so happy to be with Maury and GMS and Mike Beam and Tom Ackerman and all the guys that work there. I'm so proud that they brought me into their organization and gave me and Johnny back together and it gave us a chance to do this. And I really got a good bunch of guys, and they worked hard, and working hard achieves these goals, and I'm so proud to be part of that gang. And I'm really lost for words. This is exciting. This is amazing. This is the top of the deal to win in NASCAR, and I'm flabbergasted.
We'll go ahead and open it up to questions, so you can have to put together a lot more words. We'll go up front to Zach first, then we'll go to Bob.
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com, from Maury. Johnny was super appreciative to you guys over the team radio on the cool down lap, and how easy did the deal come together to bring him to GMS, and what has he meant to your organization in just a short time being with you guys?
Johnny is just terrific people. We had talked about it actually 2 years ago about doing it, and it's been a building process for the last couple of years, and we felt that, and with the encouragement of Chevrolet, I might add, we needed to bring a top quality driver in. I mean, we have good drivers. I think Spencer's shown up pretty good this year. Obviously, Ben Kennedy got into the chase and won. We've had Kyle Larson, he can pass for a driver. Few of those types. But Johnny was that kind of constant. He shows up with the experience, and I call him the old salt. And you just can't put a price on, that kind of, I've been there, done that. He was terrific with the younger guys, couldn't ask for a better teammate. And, it's an investment. You do it, and you hope to have the outcome we had. And so, you'd like to think that every investment pays off. It's hard in this business, but this one has paid off in spades. So, hats off to Johnny, and he'll be back next year, and you'll be seeing me about a year from now, I hope.
We'll go over here to Bob, and then we'll just keep going to the right.
Joe, I know you and Johnny won an ASA title a long time ago, 15 years ago. Was there ever a point where you thought, man, Johnny's a great driver, he's going to win a lot of races, but he's just not going to win a NASCAR championship?
I guess I never really thought of it. Yeah, we just always go race to race to win everything that we can, and we always give it 110%. So it falls where it falls. We always try, but it takes a lot of effort to do this, and it takes a lot of people, and the people that you surround yourself to get to this point in life. And thank God I got hooked up with, Maury and GMS and all the guys, and me and Johnny always click. It's putting the rest of the people together that makes it happen. And we had this feeling when we came here, and we just kept working hard, and we achieved it.
We'll continue over here to the right.
Joseph Walken, frontstretch.com. Maury, when you started this team, did you expect to have this much success just 3 years into it, being able to accrue big-name drivers and expanding to a 4-truck team?
Sure, doesn't everybody do it this way? I didn't know enough to know. A couple of years ago, I couldn't spell car. I think I'm on C now. I'm in the business of building businesses for the most part, and I've started a lot of companies in my life. And, you have to go places that other people don't think you should go or can't go. And more importantly, you have to go there with the right people. And while I didn't expect to get to this place perhaps this fast, I certainly didn't think we would never get there. It's just been a great process. We bought our facility in Statesville. We 160,000 square feet. I think if you looked at us now, Mike's put together, some people walk in there and say we have a small cup shop. We built 25 frames this year. Those frames that you see out there running around on the track are the handiwork of Mike Beam and his fab team. Put those components together with good crew chiefs, obviously good drivers, ECR motors, you got to have the good power. And it's come at a reasonable pace. I think the other thing too is when I got started a couple years ago, I was frustrated as hell about not having good stuff compared to particularly the Toyotas out there, the Fords. In 14 when we got going, it's tough sledding, new nose and everything on the trucks. So, it's surprising, but not that surprising, particularly when you get to know Mr. Beam. You ever get into that grill of his and the intensity factor that comes with him? He was not easy to talk to tonight before the race. So it's all hats. By the way, hats off to NASCAR. Again, a bit of an outsider. This format is terrific. I'm glad they brought it to us this year. We all got to experiment with the caution clock and those things, but I think NASCAR has done a great job putting all this together and keeping the drama. Well, to about the last second or third lap, you didn't know who was going to win. You can't do much better than that. So, anyway.
Any additional questions for our championship? Oh, we'll go right here to Chris, then we'll go right back over here to the right.
Congratulations to you guys. Maury, I know you're really busy out in Las Vegas with the Legionnaire and whatnot. How involved are you with the day-to-day operations of GMS Racing, being as busy as you are?
I'm a distant owner, so to speak. I'm certainly talking to Mike a lot about structural stuff. Frankly, a lot of the discussion now is about what we're doing next year. But Mike, day-to-day, that's his call. I mean, he's put the package together. He's put the personnel together. He's the man among men that's done this day-to-day with the the approach and the like. Certainly, I've been able to help him in a lot of structural business things that would kind of fall in my bailiwick. But no, hats off to Mike, Tom Ackerman, building, wind tunnel, all the technical work to get it done. It's really been his doing. We didn't trash you too bad.
It wouldn't be the first time. No, I'm just kidding.
Before we get to your question, I want to welcome to the stage our 2016 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion, driver of the number 21 GMS Racing Chevrolet Silverado, Mr. Johnny Sauter. Johnny, you finished the 2016 season with 3 wins, 12 top 5s, 19 top 10s, 1 pole position, and 1 gigantic trophy. Talk to us about tonight and what this championship means.
Well, this championship means a lot, obviously. I just, I don't think it's completely sank in quite yet, but, it wouldn't be possible without these 2 guys sitting next to me, that's for sure. I can remember last September when I flew to Las Vegas, and the Gallagher family brought me to their house and cooked me a wonderful meal and said, this is our goals and this is what we want to do. And when I went and checked out the shop and saw their ultimate vision for where they wanted GMS Racing to be, I knew it was something that I wanted to be a part of. So what a remarkable year to start off with a win at Daytona. You mentioned 19 top 10s. I can remember 3 of those races we were in contention to win. One of them running second, and the other in blew a right front tire, and had decent speed all year, and we really hit our stride here at the end of the year when it really counted. I'm not going to lie, today I was a little bit nervous when we qualified 19th, but I knew that we'd race good. The trucks are just so good. All the product that they're building at GMS Racing is just good stuff, and it doesn't hurt to have Chevrolet power under the hood. And we executed like we needed to. Had solid pit stops tonight. We made some positions up on the racetrack like we needed to, and here we are. Great year. Couldn't be more proud.
We'll continue with questions. We'll go to the far right, and then we'll go to Jerry.
Tom Bowles, front stretch. I had a question for Maury, but Johnny, since you're here, congratulations. What do you think you had the past year at GMS? You spent so many years driving for such a solid team in ThorSport. What do you think you had in this year that you didn't have at ThorSport where you were able to get it done here?
Well, I mean, it's not just one thing. It's a lot of little things, if you want to know the truth. To be honest with you, when I talked to Mike Beam on the phone the first time, my wife was in the hospital having a baby, and I was in the parking deck talking to Mike on the phone about next year or the following year. So, the killer instinct that Mike has, all he says is, I want to win and we need to kick their butts, and it's very motivating, for me anyway. I like to hear that kind of talk. So, having said that, I think it was very important for me to get back into Chevrolet. I felt very strongly about that, being a GM kid. So, but people is a big ingredient. I mean, there's just a lot of little things. I could sit here all night and talk about it, but it's just the whole package. I just felt very comfortable. Like I said about meeting the Gallagher family and all this, and I'm not sitting up here blowing smoke. I'm telling you the truth. I felt very comfortable that night, and knew that this was something I wanted to be a part of.
We're going to stay over here, and then we're going to come to you, Jerry.
Justin Albino, front stretch. For Johnny, last year when you announced this deal in October, did you expect to have results this quick?
Honestly, yes. As I mentioned, any successful organization in racing that I've ever seen, they surround themselves with people, people that, work very hard and do the right things, I guess, a lot of times. So, I can sit here and say that I don't think I would have ever made this kind of move if I didn't feel comfortable with it. When you see what we're building, I've said this 1,000 times, but if you check out what, GMS Racing in Statesville, North Carolina has to offer, I mean, the way that they're going about it, building our own chassis in-house, hanging our own bodies in-house. Obviously, we had ECR horsepower all this year. They executed on the pit crew with the Ganassi guys. I mean, all that stuff was just top-notch. So, it took us a little while in the middle part of the summer to get it rolling. We were consistent, knocking down top 10s and a few top 5s here and there. But, I'm not shocked at all to be sitting here tonight. I feel that strongly about the people that we have.
We'll go to Jerry and then Bob.
Jerry Jordan, Kicking the Tires and Performance Racing Network. Johnny, I talked with David Pepper after the race, and he said he was proud of you, and said obviously you performed well over at GMS. But now you know they've got a target to shoot at. Any words for those guys after coming here after last year?
For those guys, meaning? Not really. I mean, I had a great time at ThorSport. Duke and Rhonda Thorson are great people, and you know, they've been in the sport for a long time. So you know, and they've had a lot of success. And you know, this was just something that I felt like I, you know, wanted to try. So you know, I'm glad that we're here, sitting here, celebrating a championship. But next year, you know, the goal is to win 10 races and you know, ultimately get Maury an owner's championship.
We'll go to Bob, then Chris.
Bob Hawkers, ESPN. When you came to NASCAR after winning the ASA title, do you think you were going to win a championship quickly? And can you kind of put this whole, you know, 15 years later and I mean, you ran push cars for like 3 teams in a season. You had the cup experiences you've had and several years in the truck series just to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. Had some successful years along the way. Had some years that, you know, you kind of want to forget about, I guess, you know, for various reasons. But, you know, we've been pretty competitive, you know, in the truck series. And quite frankly, I felt like I was competitive in the Busch series and the Xfinity series or whatever. But, and had some decent runs in Cup. But, you know, it's very hard to get all the pieces of the puzzle put together. You know, it's not just the driver. You know what I mean? It's, you know, Jimmy Johnson, perfect example. You know, did okay in ASA, you know, did okay in the Busch series, but, you know, when he got his guys and got the, you know, with Hendricks and all that, they came alive, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and it, you know, sometimes it works out, and I've always said timing is everything. And, you know, I feel like the timing is good where I'm at right now.
We'll go here in the middle to Chris Knight.
Chris Knight, catchwins.com. Congratulations, Johnny.
Thank you.
What can we expect from your championship speech on Monday?
A lot of stuttering, a lot of I don't know. I'm not very good at that stuff, I don't think. So, having said that, you know, we got you know, good PR people that are going to help me try to nestle through all that. But, you know, just going to thank some people in the past that have been pretty influential in getting me here, and obviously just be thankful. I mean, you know, I'm humbled to be a champion in NASCAR. So, you know, I'm just going to thank all the right people. I mean, I'm very much a small percentage of what's been accomplished, and we need to acknowledge and thank the people that made this possible.
We'll stay in the middle, go to Jim Utter.
JimUtterMotorsport.com. Kind of going back to Bob's question, with the amount of time that you spent in your career in NASCAR, do you feel the Drivers' Championship is something that you kind of wanted to validate all the effort that you've spent, and also that your family has spent in NASCAR competition?
Yeah, I've won a Drivers' Championship for 15 years. So, yeah, I mean, of course, everybody wants to be a champion. You want to win races ultimately, and you want to be in the hunt. So, like tonight's deal, I think, with the chase was pretty exciting. I mean, there was a point there where we ran, I don't know, 50 laps, and we would have finished 4th in points, and we picked them off one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. So, and going back to my family, you know, I've said this for a couple weeks now that, you know, this championship would mean a lot. I don't know what it would mean to me until it really happened, but for my family, just validation for, I don't know that they need validation, but it's just cool. You know, my dad had raced for 40 years, you know. I think that's what Michael Waltrip said. You can remember NASCAR, Sauter and NASCAR for over 40 years. But so it's just cool to grow up in a racing family, go to so many racetracks throughout the Midwest, and you know, to be a champion in one of the top 3 NASCAR divisions. That's just that's something that I hope the family can enjoy.
Gentlemen, congratulations on the championship season, and we look forward to celebrating with you again on Monday night.
Sounds good. We'll be there.
Thank you.
What's that?
It's
You stink.
Yeah.